Hi Libra, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope you're fine. I am going to take a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Libra out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Please keep in mind the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating Libra, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Libra? Libra. Libra. All right. Libra, you are starting out with the Five of Pentacles reversed. You have the Seven of Swords. And coming out together is the Eight of Pentacles along with the Page of Swords in the reverse. So I feel like at some point you've had a breakup. You could have felt rejected, abandoned. There was a definite sense of loss here, and it's related to dishonesty. It's related to you having to make a decision because somebody wasn't being honest with you. There may be a chance here of reconciliation, but I feel like you're questioning whether or not this can be worked out. You just don't know. You're unsure. And I feel like you're kind of keeping that to yourself. You don't trust whoever this person is because in the past there's been a lot of dishonesty, and I do feel that you want to work it out, but you don't know if it's possible here. You're looking at it. You're examining it. You're trying to figure this out. But you're keeping a lot to yourself. You're not verbalizing that. Let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Libra's energy. All right, so the person in your energy, the Nine of Cups, the Two of Wands, and coming out together, we have the Knight of Wands along with the Six of Wands reversed. So this person that's in your energy sees you as wish fulfillment. They definitely do. They think about you quite a bit. Yeah, they definitely think about you a lot. This person may live at a distance from you. They could be planning to visit you or come and see you. There's this planning energy that's here. I do think that this person has a choice to make. I'm not sure what that is yet. With the Knight of Wands, they have talked to you. There's an energy of either they have talked to you or they want to, but they're not sure it's going to be successful. If they've already talked with you, I do feel like they feel that they feel unrecognized. They feel like, you know, maybe you don't see them in the same way that you did in the past. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, they're feeling a bit defeated, quite honestly. I feel like you're working a lot and you're kind of like oblivious to this person to some degree. Let me see the energy between Libra and this person. Yeah, Ace of Swords in the reverse. There's a lack of clarity here between the two of you. You're keeping quiet about, you know, what you're seeing. You don't trust them. They want to talk to you, but they feel like it's not going to be successful. It's not going to work out. There's just definitely no clarity between the two of you. And I feel like you have not forgotten the loss that you felt, the rejection, the abandonment. This person is in this energy of just thinking and dreaming. It's almost like I don't see a whole lot of action being taken on their side. Let me see. Show me. And you're kind of in work mode. So what's affecting it is the Star card in the reverse. It's very unbalanced and there's a need for healing. And that makes a lot of sense because I feel like you don't trust them because of some past deception that was here. So you're both kind of looking at it and you're saying, you know, I don't know if this is even going to work out. Should I just give up on this or not? That's what they're saying. You're saying, I don't know if I can trust this person or not. You know, I don't even know if this can be healed because I don't trust them. Let me see. Show me the outcome for Libra. You might be dealing with an Aquarius. Page of Cups in the reverse. There's feelings here, but you're both kind of keeping them to yourselves. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot that you're not saying because you're really thinking about things and you don't trust this person as far as you could pick them up and throw them. So I feel like you don't want to reveal your feelings. Yeah, you don't want to reveal the feelings you have. And this person, there's something here that they want to say to you. They want to talk to you. But I feel like they feel it's not gonna, it won't work. It won't be enough, or they're feeling unrecognized. Bottom of the deck is the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. This is underlying energy, and it does indicate that, you know, in the past you both were very guarded, but it does indicate releasing, letting down, you know, those guards, letting down the guard. It also does indicate for some of you that you're trying to release this person and let them go. So let's also be careful, because I do see that you may have in the recent past experienced a financial loss, especially coming out with the 4 and the 5 of Pentacles reverse. There's a loss financially that you've had here in the past. And I feel like you're working very hard to recover that. So it could have been caused by deception. Somebody could have stolen from you. All right, so let's clarify. Spirit, why is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse? All right, we have the 5 of Cups and we have the 3 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, I feel like this, you felt a deep sense of loss with this person. There's been a period where the two of you have not been talking. Some of you still are not talking. And I feel like it was something to do with deception. You felt like this person never even really loved you. I feel like you waited for them to return for a long time. You were hoping for a very long time for reconciliation. And during that period, you felt a deep sense of loss and a deep sense of sadness. Some of you even went through a depression here. And I feel like at this point, you don't have any kind of clarity as to what this person wants or doesn't want. They're not telling you. They're not providing that. And so I feel like you finally decided you're not going to wait for communication. You're not going to wait for a reconciliation. Let me see the 7 of Swords. Yeah, the Empress in reverse. Yeah, so whatever happened here, you felt disrespected. It's not a matter of do you love this person? You do. Some of you even feel this person is a soulmate for you. But I feel like you feel extremely disrespected. And you went through a very difficult period here, Libra. Some of you went through depression. Others of you, you were questioning your own value, your own self-worth. I feel like this person blindsided you with some kind of deception. And you waited for a very long time for this person to reach out to you. And they didn't. They didn't. And I feel like you finally just said, you know, I give up. I can't trust this person anyway. Maybe they're not for me. Maybe this is not where my future is. Maybe this person never even loved me to start with. But you do love them. I see that. Let me see but I feel like the connection didn't grow. It never became what it could have because of the deception that was here. All right, we have the Strength card reverse. We have the Queen of Wands. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles. You may have felt like this person was juggling you and someone else. They may have been trying to bring you in as a third-party energy, and that's what you felt was disrespectful. They were treating you like a third party when you were the freaking Empress. And you knew that wasn't right. So you don't trust them. And what you're fearing is that this person's still being dishonest with you. So I feel like most of you have withdrawn. I don't see you like reaching out to them. There is a hope that they'll reach out towards you, but I also see you going through a glow up. After this very difficult period in your life, you're kind of in this glow up energy. And I have to tell you, Libra, the energy you're exuding here is one where you are attractive and people genuinely enjoy being around you. You're very charismatic. Some of you have this physical glow up going on. I definitely see that a lot of you are struggling, having had some sort of a financial loss. So you may be working very hard. I do see a lot of you could be like a manager, possibly an owner of some sort. There's financial fears that I'm seeing here. You could be robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're working really hard right now. There's a sense here of not knowing where the next dollar is going to come from. And I do feel like there's some financial concerns that are here. But with regard to this person in your energy, you feel like this person is immature and you don't feel like they've told you the truth in the past. They didn't nurture the connection, and I feel like it was hard, but you finally pulled back and said, I'm not nurturing this connection either. So you really pulled back as you were healing here. I also feel like you have a lot of options. Yeah, but I'm also seeing that you have options with new people, Libra, but none of them are people that you feel are right for you. But I definitely see you have those options. So let's look at this person's energy. Show me, Spirit, the Nine of Cups for the person in Libra's energy. Show me the Nine of Cups. Yeah, they had options. Seven of Cups, Four of Swords. They're going to tell you that they've been thinking about you. I do see this person trying to approach you, trying to communicate. I don't see you working on communication. I feel like you've kind of withdrawn a great deal. It's almost like you're saying, I have to release this person. I have to give them up. It's hopeless. They're never going to reach out to me. Maybe this isn't where I need to be. Now, in their energy, though, they're saying Libra is the person I desire. Libra is a wish fulfillment for me. But I was confused. I got confused. I had other options here, and those other options led to confusion. And then time went by, and I didn't know what to say to Libra. So I'm trying to figure out now, what can I say to Libra? But they stay in their head a lot. Yeah, this person's definitely in their head and not taking action. Why is the Two of Wands here? It's like they're looking at the possibilities, but then they talk of what the two of you could be, and then they talk themselves out of it, and they're like, oh, well, it wouldn't work out anyway. Nine of Cups reversed and the Chariot. If this person does live at a distance, they want to come and see you. They're making plans to travel. But they feel like if they do, they're not going to get what they want from it. So it's almost like they visualize what it is that they want, and then they talk themselves out of it. They basically sabotage themselves. So I see the planning to travel. Or if not travel, if they're not at a distance, they plan to, move things forward with you, but they have this defeatist attitude about it. They feel like it's not going to work. And that's probably because you're keeping very quiet, very silent here. Let me see the bottom energy for the person in Libra's energy. The High Priestess. There it is, the Seven of Swords. See, you're exactly right. And then we have the Ten of Cups. All right, so this person is still in that sneaky energy. There's some kind of deception. There's some sort of lies that's going on. And it's exactly what, caused this loss in the past. And you know it. You're sensing it. And they are, I would have rather seen the Seven of Swords come up in the reverse, but it's not. So they're still in this deceptive energy. They're keeping secrets. They know it hasn't helped them in the past. They know it's what caused this entire relationship to fail. And be careful that they're not coming in. Knight of Wands can come in really quick and leave just as quickly. This is somebody who is doing what makes them happy. They may come in really quickly with communication, but it's not going to be completely honest. They're still keeping secrets. And they could even come in with that wand in hand because that's what makes them happy. Coming in with the passion and, you know, because I see a lot of they're dwelling on the connection. They're dwelling on past memories. But this person self-sabotages. I see this person coming in with passion, but without the feelings, without the emotions. And at the same time, they feel like the two of you would be happy together. So I don't get it. I don't understand. They keep secrets. They're deceptive. And until they come in correctly, they know that I feel like that you are not going to accept them. They know that this is what caused this relationship to fail in the past. So I don't get it. Now you might be dealing with a Cancer sign or possibly a Scorpio. Let me see, show me the energy between Libra and this person. Three of Swords. Yeah, there's some third-party energy that's here. And the Six of Pentacles. So you want something that's equal and balanced. I feel like you've got a lot going on right now, Libra. There's financial stress. There's pressures. You're working very hard. There's healing. You've come out of a period of depression or sadness. And I do feel like you have a lot on you right now. I feel like you feel that you have a lot of responsibilities. There could be a lot of people depending on you right now. And I also feel like you are saying to yourself, I waited for you to reconcile. I waited for you to reach out. I waited for you to come in a, clean, correct manner. And you didn't. And now I'm tired of waiting. I want balance in my life. I want somebody who's going to do an equal give and take. So maybe you're just not for me. And that is making this person feel heartbroken. The fact that you are not coming towards them, wanting clarification, wanting to talk to them, the fact that, you are on to the deception, they're heartbroken about it, but it looks like they created a lot of confusion with you because of lies, because of not providing clarity, and because of third-party energy. So they still want to come towards you. They want to talk to you. But I feel like they're not bringing in the clarity. And because they're still in this deceptive energy, they're bringing in that same, heartbroken, confusing energy. Let me see why the Star. And at the same time, they're saying, I'm heartbroken because you won't talk to me, Libra. Well, I don't know what they expect. Queen of Swords, you're in your power. That's good. Justice and the Six of Wands reversed. So, yeah, I feel like you have your boundaries up. You're open to talking to this person. I do feel like you will talk to them. I feel like you are going to be very guarded, though. And I feel like if this person takes a misstep, you're just going to lop their little head off because you've come through with boundaries. I feel like in the past you were really nurturing to this person and then they were very deceptive. It's almost like they took that nurturing energy that you had and they misused it. Yeah, they misused it for their own selfish purposes because what they wanted was more important than, what was good for you or what was good for the connection itself. So this has caused you to step into your power. It's caused you to put your guard up. Your boundaries are very high. And you're saying, okay, I'll listen to what you have to say, but I don't think it's going to work out. I've kind of given up on this, you know. I'm glad you reached out. I'm glad that, you know, we can talk, but you're still coming in this deceptive energy. I don't trust you. And you know, I don't think it's going to work out. Six of Swords, both reversed. What's been keeping this from flourishing and becoming the relationship it could be is that you kept secrets and you were deceptive. And now I'm on to you. I see you for exactly who you are. So I'm not putting a lot of hope into this. Now, in their energy, they're coming towards you. Like I said, if they live at a distance, they're making plans to travel. They want to balance things out. They want to, you know, create a balance. They're coming towards you and they're saying, I'm trying to do the right thing here and I'm not getting what I want. But I don't see them trying to do the right thing because they're still in deception and you know it. You know it. They also sabotage themselves. So this person is saying, look at me, I'm making the energy, I'm putting the energy into moving this forward, whether that's through travel or just through, you know, connecting with you and talking with you. Are you willing to talk to me, Libra? Are you willing to discuss this? You know, I want to talk about it. I want to balance this out, but I just don't think it's going to work. I just don't, I don't have any hope that I'm going to get what I want here. So it's just a self-defeating attitude this person has. Let me look at the outcome. Show me the outcome. You might be dealing with another Libra. Show me the outcome for Libra. All right. Hang on, I gotta pick that up. All right, so we have Temperance. We have the King of Swords reversed. We have the Eight of Pentacles reversed, and we have the Death card reversed. All right, so what I'm seeing in the outcome is you're going to approach this from a more intellectual, less emotional, because you've done so much healing here. And I feel like you are trying to decide, can this be worked out or no? I do feel like you still are emotionally involved with this person, but they are triggering your fears because you don't feel like they're telling you everything. You don't feel like they're being honest with you. You feel like, some of you could feel like this person's still trying to bring you in as a third party and they're trying to juggle you. And for some of you, that's correct. So you're going back and forth in your head and you're trying to weigh up the pros and cons of this. Should you try to work this out? Should you not? I feel like a lot of you are very spiritual too, by the way. Yeah, I definitely see that. I feel like you are trying to make a balanced decision. I see somebody who is deep in prayer. I do feel like you think that things are not completely over between the two of you, but you're taking in all the information. Whereas before, I feel like you were giving. And so I feel like this person that's in your energy, unfortunately, they're still in deception. King of Swords in the reverse tells me that they're not communicating in a truthful manner. They may be coming in and saying, you know, you make me happy, Libra. I want to balance this out. I want to work this out. I'm trying to do the right thing. However, they're coming in with passion and very little emotion. I do feel like they can be emotionally immature as it is. There's still this deception that's here. They're keeping secrets. They're not telling the complete truth. They're going to try to balance this out in some manner and heal this. However, they're acting out of what makes them happy. They're still not really looking at, you know, are you going to be happy with the way this is being done? And they're definitely not looking at the, you know, giving to the relationship. it seems to be very selfish energy. Now, I feel like they're going to become angry if you choose not to work it out. And I don't see you wanting to work it out completely here in the short term. You're kind of going back and forth about it. And I do feel like you have a very calm and very healing nature. But I don't see you rushing to work this out with this person because you're seeing them for who they are. And that's going to piss them off. That's going to make them a little bit angry. There's also this energy of them saying, look, I came towards you. I tried to work this out. I tried to fix things. And it's your fault. You are not accepting it. You're not letting this be successful. So I do feel like this person is going to try to reverse this on you a little bit as well. And that's not a really attractive, look for anybody. So just be careful with this person. You could be dealing with a Gemini, very strong Libra, and very strong Aquarius energy is here. I also feel like you may feel that this is your soulmate or divine partner, but you definitely do not feel like the two of you are on the same page. And that is because of the deception, the self-sabotage, and the secrets. So, bottom of the deck is the Tower in reverse. Underlying energy, and I do feel like you are trying to avoid going through another Tower moment with this person. So if that means releasing them and letting them go, then I do feel like that is what you will do. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card, pulling for the sign of Libra. All right, so you have Golden Palace. It's number 23, so that reaffirms that there are definitely some changes that are taking place. It did come up in the reverse. We read these in the reverse, so let me pull that up for you. All right, it says, there is always enough. Now, in the reverse, it says, let go of your tight hold on what you believe security should look like. Now is the time to conserve your energy and count your blessings. Resist the pull to become miserly. There will be enough money, love, youth, food, and shelter to go around. A mindset of fear and lack will shut off the flow of true abundance. Trust in the tides because the flow always returns from the ebb. Chop wood, carry water, as a Chinese proverb says, which means practice faith and the treasure will be revealed. In fact, you will find it in plain sight. All right, so trust the universe, Libra. All right, I hope this has been helpful. If you have resonated with this, Libra, hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and hype the video if you get the opportunity. Until I see you in your next reading, Libra, know that you are loved, and namaste.